Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is doing okay. How you doing, Doggo? Minnow, sorry, my dude, you were not first. Big Doggo did, in fact, beat you to it, but never mind. It happens. And yes, Minnow, you can now use the brand new emotes in chat. There are a few more that are currently being used. No, that's the wrong word. That are currently being processed. There's a couple of animated emotes that I've also added in, but they're still being processed for this stream, unfortunately, so they should hopefully be available in the next stream. There's a really, really nice one of Lumatrix, and there's also a couple of magic ones that are coming. But unfortunately, they are still currently pending approval and being processed. So I didn't want to hold up stream too much longer, so I've now just had to go live with the ones that have gone through for now. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how they've turned out so far. There are a lot more coming, so please look forward to that. But unfortunately, I could only get, I think, 4 or 5 of them uploaded for this stream. But the rest will be coming. And don't worry, Minnow, your 2 magic ones should be available for the next stream, I promise. I will do my best to make sure of it. And as I get more subs and more follows, I'll unlock more slots. My partner did an amazing job of making them for me. I'm really, really happy with how they've turned out so far, and the response on them have been amazing. I will say, maybe I could... Do you know what, actually? Big Doggo, since you've just said that, 1 minute, I'm going to actually add this as a redeem for future. Let me add a reward here. Bear with me. This could be interesting. I actually want to add this. So that's our new customer reward. Okay, this is what we'll do. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I have now added a new custom reward. I'm going to make it quite expensive because I'm only going to have... Oh, I'll tell you what, no, I won't make it too expensive. Let's see. That should be fine. Okay, so I've now added a new channel point redeem where you guys are going to be able to suggest a new emote that I can make. And there we go. Okay, hopefully that should have come up now. So yeah, it'll cost 5,000 points. Obviously, when I run out of emote slots, I'll have to disable it. But if you have an idea for a champion or a character that you would like to see an emote made of, then by all means do suggest it, and I'll see what I can, what can be made. Because my partner is my artist, she does it for work, so she's more than happy to make me one, but she has to be able to draw it, more importantly, and she also has to be able to actually make it possible. So there are limits, and also I need to have space for more emotes, and the more followers and subscribers I get, the more emote slots I unlock, so hopefully over the long term, I'll be able to get more added in. But you're at 2100 right now? Well, there you go then, you're halfway there. We could make a Wolverine emote, you know, we can make a Spiral emote, we could make a... Well, I have a Sorcerer emote planned at some point, but one step at a time. You could have a Stealth Spidey emote, you could have a Gentle emote, you could have a Nico emote, we could have a Kindred emote. There are so many options of champions in this game. We could have like a Serpent looking really angry. We could have a Venom licking the screen. We could have a, you know, it's all going to be ideas that we can come up with. You get bonus. To be fair, your emote suggestion is more likely to be chosen if you also tell me what you'd want the emote to be of. Like, for example, if you just say a champion, I could do anything with that. But if you say something specific, like you want Spiral doing a cheesy grin, holding a sword in her hand to make it look like she's a murderous, angry so-and-so, then yeah. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. It's going to be a bit of a shorter stream today. I don't have as much time as I'd like. And unfortunately, with there not being a lot to do in the game right now, you know, Battlegrounds, I'm not really going to be pushing that. The off-season's kind of ass. I thought it'd be a really fun idea to test out a brand new rank 4 that I have taken a rank 4 literally this morning. It's a champion that I really want to learn, so if you guys can help me learn how to play him, I would really appreciate it, because the brand new rank 4 that I did this morning was this guy. I really, really want to learn how to use him. He's a fantastic attacker, can handle a lot of different nodes and matchups, especially in Battlegrounds. I also needed another really good science counter, because right now I've pretty much only been relying on Lumitrix. And while Lumitrixes are fantastic, you know... Oh, Minnow's already done one. Okay, so take the current magic, one of her peeking on the edge, but instead of blue, make the blue part her sword, like peeking over the sword. Ah! I think I know what you mean. So she, like, taps on the sword. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I will ask my partner after the stream. Let me just copy and paste this. I could tell you what I could do. 1 second. I'm gonna post this to them right now. They'll be able to tell me immediately if it's possible or not, so hold on a second. They might not tell me right now, but they might be able to tell me afterwards. But I'll tell you what, no, I will post it for myself for now, and I'll feed it back to them later. Like I said, I cannot promise that it will be possible, but that being said, I will at least ask. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but sometimes she does have limitations. Oh look, there's the magic emotes. I'll just quickly show them there. She's got one with glow sticks and one with a table. But I might be able to turn that table into a sword. I will ask her to see what is possible. Right, let's get the game back up. Okay, so I don't know if my partner's in chat right now or whether she's actually reading this, but maybe they can tell me. Koala, are you in chat? Let me just see if they might be in chat, they might not be. Yes, but not immediately. I have other work to do first. Koala, that would be amazing. Thank you. I would love that. Thank you very much. Minnow really, really does like your art. I've been talking to him all week about it, and yeah, your art's been getting a lot of really good buzz, so yay. But yeah, Koala is a very busy person. They don't just do emotes for me, it's their job. So they've got other people that need to get their emotes and stuff from her first, and then she can come back to mine, because she's been working on mine for like the last couple of weeks. So she can only do so much at a time, but... Okay, right. I'm going to stop messing about. Imagine having a job. Mate, my job gives me going like, 50 hours a week some weeks, so I totally get it. You wish you were able to post your art? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Doggo, if you want to post your art, you can go in my Discord and do it. If you even want to do it privately, you can. But if you're, like, worried about it or anything like that, because I guarantee you, I have this experience with a lot of people that everyone seems to be a little bit concerned, like their art isn't good or their art isn't, you know, enough or anything like that. I tell you what, I guarantee you, your art will be better than mine, without a shadow of a doubt, and I'll probably be impressed by it. So if you're willing to and you're happy to, I would love to see your art. So if you want to join the Discord channel is now in the chat. That goes for anybody in chat right now. If you want to jump in and join my Discord, I would be very happy to have you there. Minnow, we can absolutely do a friendly before I get started. Yeah, Koala is right. The one thing that we do not accept is AI art, because AI art is something that has made Koala's job very, very difficult. So I will ban anybody who uses any kind of AI, both in my streams or in my Discord, because we do not support it. Art is just so much better when it's genuinely made, rather than when it's when it's created by a computer. It's just, yeah. I mean, the Hippo ones, yeah. The funny thing is, Minnow, if I really wanted to, and I paid Koala enough,
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow, Raina. Welcome to the Scorpio Club. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Koala could probably draw us some Hippo emotes as well, if you're interested. Just for the Alliance. That could be really, really fun, actually. We could have, like, Hippo emotes on the stream, too. Okay, so, Minnow, let's do a friendly, and then we will get started with testing. And what I want to do is I want to go through my top 5 favorite champions in each class, and I want you guys to tell me what yours are. Because mine are probably going to be, and I want to quote, this is the top 5 favorite, specifically not the top 5 best in each class. Because I personally do not like tier lists, and I think you should just rank the champs that you really enjoy and have fun with. But I will say my top 5 favorite champions to play in each class, and you guys can tell me yours and agree or disagree. We'll just have a little bit of fun. Because the game is kind of quiet right now, so I think it's probably a really good time to do something like that, and you guys can learn a little bit more about me and the kind of champions that I like, and I can hopefully learn a little bit more about my community as well, and the champs that you like. Okay, we'll take Gallon here for Solvark, because Gallon absolutely... To be fair, Gallon is literally in my deck because of Solvark. I've had so much problem with Solvark this meta, is the literal reason I've had to put Gallon in my deck. Says my link is invalid. That's interesting. Okay, I will try to update that. It could be that the link's expired, in which case I will repost it in just a second. Thank you, Koala. Yeah, I think it's the link expired. I mean, Koala is usually in chat, so if I need the Discord link and it doesn't work, just let me know and I will get Koala to post it and update it. Okay, we won't take Yelena because he's got Jean. It's a rank 5 Jean he's got, which is kind of scary. Hey, welcome to the Discord, doggo. I just saw your name pop up. Or at least I'm assuming that was you. Okay, so... let us... Oh, by the way, if you guys can tell me, is the chat in the corner too big, or is it okay? I have now been able to add the chat into my... Thank you, Koala. Yeah, that would probably be a much easier way to do it. Minnow, I'm going to be doing top 5 favorite in all classes, not just one. I could do my top favorite in all, like, in all 5 classes and then tell you my top 5 favorites overall. Okay, I've heard this matchup works. I want to try this. Hey Mike, how you doing? Koala is my girlfriend. We're not married, but a long-time partner. We have our own personal reasons, but right. So I've heard, like I said, that this works, but it might not work this meta because you can't knock her down like you normally would be able to. And I really didn't want her to throw that special one because now I'm gonna have to wait this out. I shouldn't have knocked down there. Luckily, health doesn't matter too much this meta. That's better. Come on. Use the special 2. Use the special 2, girl. Alright, don't. That's fine. Okay, I don't need to worry about damage. I just realized that. Let's just take her out. Yeah, I wasn't beating that. I know that that matchup does work. It just doesn't work this meta. Unfortunately, because of the ebb and flow node, you just can't do enough damage quick enough. But never mind. How you doing, Instinct? Oh yeah, I should have probably saved Crossbones for that, actually. But that's fine. So we'll place down Nick here. Behave, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow, Ashaka. I think I said that right. Apologies if I mess up your names. Also, it looks like my animations are not working on the follows. I will look into that in a second. Go. Oh, I timed that bad. Okay, we're fine. Oh, I don't know what happened there with Stealthy. Got caught by a crazy unblockable combo. That's unfortunate. Was he in his second life by that point? Oh, it's fine, Doggo. They're both in the same alliance. It's fine. They're just playing. They're not actually being mean. He was in his second life by that point. Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot how dangerous. I forgot how dangerous Stealthy is this meta. Stealthy can pause the ebb and flow, so he always stays in his extra mode. How you doing, Volt? Good to see you. For those that are just joining into chat right now, I do have some new emotes, so definitely give those a little play around. More are going to be added as time goes on, but unfortunately some of them are currently still being processed, so not all of them have been able to come out yet. But I didn't want to keep stream waiting too long, otherwise I literally wouldn't have had time to stream at all. Because I've got some things I need to do later on tonight. Why did I use Nico? I just realized Nico doesn't actually work this meta. Because the stupid buff immunity gets removed. Now I gotta build up all of the things again. I'm gonna time out. This is a rank 5 Jean Grey. There's no way Nico can kill it quick enough this meta. I shouldn't have used that heavy yet. That was a mistake. Oh, she was stun immune. Yeah, I'm not going to finish this off, unfortunately. Yep. Damn, Sassy was ass. I was hoping Sassy was going to do better than that, but I guess not. That crazy unblockable sent you to the mid-chat. Yeah, I think, yeah. I should have placed Nico on defense. That probably would have had it, because Sunspot. Why didn't I use Sunspot on Jean? That would have been so much better. Do you want one more, Minnow? Midstinctorous. Silk nukes Nico. Sassy was the right call. Sasquatch is a tank at rank 5. People forget just how tanky he is because he's kind of dropped off a little bit. But that's the main reason I wanted to take him to rank 5 is because I wanted a rank 5 option that I could still use on attack when they had a really good counter, but a champion that takes a long time to take down. Alright, so I'm not going to ban his rank 5s, despite the fact I should. I'm not going to, because we're just having a bit of fun here. And then, like I said, I'm going to go through my personal favorites of each class. And then I suppose we can keep doing friendlies if necessary. I just really want to test out Crossbones. That's mainly the champion I'm trying to learn how to use. You'd run a friendly, but you suck at BGs. It doesn't matter if you suck. I suck. So we can suck together. That sounds bad. But yeah. I love these two emotes. The two little domino ones. Okay, I'm going to learn and use stealthy. Do I want to take Mordo here? I might take Mordo for the Maestro. Because Mordo kind of cooks. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. He is a stall champion. Unfortunately, the emotes are only available on Twitch. They're not available on YouTube. But who doesn't like sucking? Exactly, Vol. Exactly. Oh, I kind of want to try out how she is this meta. Okay, let's also put in Jean. I probably should have taken Guardian for Zola. But I suppose I've got Deathless Thanos as well.
Thank you.
Maria Boym, thank you for the follow. Okay, why aren't the follows working? That's what I want to know. Have I really got to redo the whole lot again? That one's working, that one's working. Okay, let's take Guardian. I want to try him against Zola. Okay, I'm just going to test something. Okay, yeah, now it's working. Okay, I fixed him. There we go. I gotta have my Deadpool giving his heart, otherwise it just doesn't have the same effect. Let's put Jean down. How you doing, David the Butch? Okay. This is a really bad time for the ad, so one sec. I'm gonna snooze that one. At least until the end of this match.
Thank you.
Okay, for Kindred, let's use Stealthy. Thank you very much for the follow, Volt. Appreciate that. Glad to hear you're doing well, David the Butch. Okay, I would normally put on Innovate here, but I kind of need Kindred to throw specials, so I'm not going to do that. You see a few jump scares in my deck? I mean, I try. Let's try and get into special 2. Bait this out. And he should be dead. Why isn't he dead? Okay. Bunsvark. I can't really say anything because I'm kind of waiting to... get my own Solvark. I mean, if it wasn't for the health thing, I probably still would have won that round, actually, but... Okay. Let's place... He doesn't have a great counter for Deathless Thanos. I want to see how well Magic does against a rank 5 Thanos. Okay, we're going to use Guardian here. I think. Yeah, I'm going to use Guardian here. Oh, he's using Stealthy. I thought he was going to use Magic. That's interesting. Okay. I don't actually know how well Guardian does against Zola. This is effectively a test. I only recently took Guardian to rank 4. I really would love him to... Thank you. Okay. We parried all of that. Oh, and he's stun immune. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. Okay. I mean, that was pretty good damage, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I need to knock him down. this would be so much quicker if it wasn't for that stun immunity. I don't think one's going to finish him off. We can give it a go. Nope. I'm cooked. Found me in game and sent me a friend request. Thank you, doggo. Oh, that stun immunity really screws you on this matchup. Yeah, I got cooked at the end. That's unfortunate. That was a pretty good time for a rank 5 Thanos. If I'd have maybe done one more special 1 before I did that special 2, I might have had a chance, but I overestimated the damage. Hey, Reyna. You can get it on PC, yeah. Oh, this is a really sucky time to have an ad break. But... no, I'm gonna snooze them for 5 more minutes. Just for this matchup. We're gonna place Storm. And we're gonna use Mordo here. I'll have to run the ad break after the match finishes though. Because otherwise we've got we have pre-roll ads on, which sucks for the people coming in. You really had to throw that then, didn't you? Oops. Lucky health don't matter this matter. Gee, I'd love a crit. There you go. No. That sucks. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting the stun immunity, man. Oh, I'm so annoyed. That stun immunity completely screwed me again. Damn. Yeah, I got cooked. That stun immunity completely ruined my flow. Yeah, Marvel Contest of Champions is available on PC. You just gotta download it. The controls are a little bit weird, personally. I could play it on stream on PC, but I suck playing on PC. It's just... it's very, very difficult. Also, thank you, David the Butch. I will drop into you and give you a follow. Let me just give him a little shout out for those people in chat that might not be following him right now. Let's not do that. Did I type that in right? I think I typed that in right. So yeah, if you're not following David the Butch, please do drop him a follow. That would be very much appreciated. I do like to support all of the streamers that we have. Especially those that are like me and struggling to get into the streamer pool. This is an interesting roster. I kind of like this. I love that rank 5 Vox. I kind of want to see what he can do. Okay, let's ban a few of the general champions here. I should have banned Pav, actually. Thank you, Reyna. I appreciate it. You need to win against Midstinct. I'm not promising anything, my friend. That was an incredibly fun magic fight. I'm glad. I hope you got the video. I'd like to see it. Let's see. We'll take Gentle here. And I want to take... I really want to practice Crossbones. Even if he doesn't have a great fight, I really wanted to practice him. You didn't get a video? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, we got that rank 5 Vox. Let's take Rhino. And I think we'll take Storm-X here. Mainly for that Yelena. Although I could use Gentle for Yelena as well. If you want, you can do a friendly and put Thing down for Crossbones. I mean, that would be good. I need to learn all of the matchups that he can do. Unfortunately, this meta isn't the best meta to test him because he's... Actually, he shouldn't be too bad. The only one he struggles with this meta is Captain Britain. Right, what do I want to pick here? Let's take Nick for defense and maybe Jean as well. Actually, no, let's take Nico on the defensive side. Right, I should have run this ad. Okay, apologies in advance to those that are not subscribed, but I need to run an ad for now. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. For those that are still here, we're going to place down Nick first. At least the one thing about watching on YouTube is you don't get ads, which is kind of handy. Okay, this is where I want to try out Storm here. I'm sorry, Dion. I didn't betray you. I didn't mean to. I promise. I didn't want to betray you. I needed to go. I'm sure I'll be back in Cav eventually, but... Okay, so this is where I'm going to be interested in seeing how this goes. Right. That was good. Nope. Okay. Oh, I didn't have enough prowess. Crap. Oh, that sucks. I thought I had enough prowess. Wait, no, it wasn't the prowess. He failed the unblockable with the 2 magnetisms. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. That was like, what, a 4% chance or something stupid like that? Damn it, man. That could have been so much quicker. Oh, it doesn't matter. We still won. Please don't tell Jenks, Dion. I don't want to die. Ads is the main reason you don't like Twitch, but you can't afford to subscribe. That's fine. That's why I stream on both, so that people can watch on both if they need to. The good thing is that running that ad now means I don't have to worry about it for 40 minutes. Oh, that didn't go very well. But yeah, that could have been so much quicker with Storm if he didn't fail the unblockable. Because Storm is an absolute nuke when she's ascended. Like, that special 2, as long as 1 out of 3 hits crit, she'll kill pretty much anything. That being said, I now don't have a great... Oh, actually, that's fine. So we're going to play Sasquatch now. We'll give Instinct a fun fight here. Hey, Arena. Welcome back. And we'll use Crossbones here. Because, so, the way that I see this, unless I'm wrong, even with all the buffs, I shouldn't trigger the evade because of the ability accuracy reduction. I hope I'm right about that, because otherwise this was a really bad idea. don't know why I did that. Oh, that was lucky. He went stun immune midway through then. It's not helping that he doesn't want to throw that special 2. Oh, I really didn't want him to throw that. I was going to try and heavy. Okay, let's just go for the kill here. Oh no. Alright, that wasn't great. Okay, don't matter. Sassy was still tanky. That's a win! Hooray! Oh, never mind. He didn't even kill her with Tigra. Okay, that was fun. You could technically afford it, but you'd have to take off your YouTube members and No, honestly, Mike, you don't have to explain yourself. That's ridiculous. You do what you gotta do. I don't do this for any other reason than to have fun. So, you don't have to explain yourself to me. Okay, cool. You just messed up 5 special 1 counters in a row. Oof. Yeah, I find Sasquatch is pretty difficult to heavy counter a special 1 with Tigra unless Sasquatch is in the corner. Otherwise, the spacing is kind of a little bit tough to deal with. But if he's in the corner, it's just a simple dash back, 1 light, use the heavy, and it will hit every time. But if he's outside the corner, it does become very difficult to punish him properly. All these people with a rank 4 ascended Dr. Bong, and I'm just not going to get him at all because I just refuse to spend on the pass. I just don't think it's worth the cost. That, and I can't really afford to do so just for no reason. Okay, this will be the last friendly for now. And then I'll go through the top 5 favorites I've got in of each class. And then we will jump back into friendlies afterwards if people want to continue them. He was very trigger happy with the special 1, so hard to counter it in the corner. Yeah, he does that. Do you know what the funny thing is? And this is a serious point. Is that even in like normal matches that aren't this, no one ever seems to ban Sasquatch. But I have not seen a single person beat my Sasquatch this meta in less than 90 seconds. I think, no, that's a lie. I think the fastest one was 81 seconds, and that was a Human Torch. That's the fastest time I've seen someone kill him this meta. So even if it's just for the slowing people down aspect, that's enough. Right, there's no point taking Penny because he's got 2 counters there, so we'll take Lunatrix and Serpent. For the Carolina, you ate a heavy that took 75. Wow, that's a powerful heavy attack. Oh wait, that was Nick. Yeah, of course, that would have been during his second life. Right, let's take. Oh, actually, maybe not. No, maybe not this time. Because the only one she could really take is Kindred, and I've got a counter for that already. So let's take Rhino, because I kind of want to see how Rhino does against Dr. Bong. We'll take Mordo as well. I don't have a great counter for that Nico at the moment. Like, I have Lumatrix, who will work, kind of, but it's not ideal. Player Unknown, good to see you. How you doing, my friend? Alright, let's give him Punisher first, because he doesn't have the best counters to that. Okay. Playing Mike Hill? Yes, I am. He did ask for a friendly. Does Crossbones work for this? Only one way to find out.
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow, Player Unknown. Welcome to the Scorpio Club. I appreciate it. Great. Great. He didn't go into my intercept twice. People say the AI hasn't been changed. I refuse to believe that. Now I'll get some Furies. Okay, this was not a good idea because the atrophy is just going to shorten my Furies down. Like I said, I've very recently rank 4'd Crossbones, so I don't actually know what he can and can't take, and this is apparently one of the fights he can't take. Okay, why is that? I heavy counted him, so why was that degen taking so long to go down? Oh, come on. Well, that wasn't very good. You're welcome, David the Butch. Like I said, I do like to support all streamers when and where I can. GG's. Don't know what happened there, but something came up. You have to do another later. That's fine. Right, let me take a break for a second. So, I did say that I wanted to go through these classes and tell you what my favorite champions to play from each class is. So, we're going to start off with... What class should we start with? Let's go with Tech, because it's generally the class that most people either don't like or would prefer others. And like I said, I'm just going to quote this right now. Okay? I'm just going to quote this right now. This is not who I think is the best champion in each of these classes. It is purely the 5 champions I enjoy playing the most in these classes. So, first we're going to start with the Tech class. And if you guys want to join in, please do put your top 5 Tech options into the chat, because I'd be very interested to know who they are alongside this. So I'm going to put this up as we go. And let's start in the corner here. Right, for one thing, I need to change the font. We're gonna make it blue, because we're talking about Tech first. So, for those people that want to join in, they can. So we're going to start with the Tech class. So we'll start with number 5. Let's not make this too ridiculously big either. I might need to put a background on this, actually, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see it. Right, so... shrink this down a bit. Alright. So, the first option, my 5th favorite champion to play from the Tech class, is Hulkbuster. So, Hulkbuster is my 5th favorite. I will also do a couple of honorable mentions as we go through. The reason why Hulkbuster is not higher than this on the list is because of one mastery and one mastery only. That, of course, being Stand Your Ground. The Stand Your Ground mastery basically completely ruins Hulkbuster in any content that isn't... Also, that is a little bit too dark. Let's put a outline on this quickly. Then you can actually see it properly. There we go. So yeah, number 5 is Hulkbuster. And the reason for that is he does an insane amount of damage. He does a very easy rotation where you can just push into the corner, get to special 2, hit them in their block with the special 2, and then you can just spam heavies until they die. And the spamming heavies until they die is the problem. Because if they have stand your ground and they resist a heavy attack, Hulkbuster gets completely ruined. He's fantastic for content, and he's great for just general questing and like AQ and stuff like that. But for PvP matches like your Alliance War and Battlegrounds, Hulkbuster does unfortunately lose out because, quite simply, he just gets walled by Stand Your Ground and it completely ruins his rotation. The number 4 favorite tech that I like to play is going to be, and like I said, I understand that some people are going to be like, why are certain champions not in this list? But number 4 is Guardian. So I very recently took Guardian up to rank 4. It was actually voted for me in a stream about a week ago. I took him at rank 4. I already liked playing him at rank 3, but since taking him to rank 4, I definitely do really think I was underrating him quite a lot, especially when he's at Sig 200. Because that Sig 200, that ability he gets with all the block proficiency, the huge energy resistance, and the resistance to bleed, it really increases the amount of different fights he can take. He's really good for Bullseye. He's really good for Domino. He's really good for basically anybody that does a lot of block damage as well. Guardian can take. But I appreciate it, David. But no, in my opinion, he's a very simple champ to use. I wouldn't say he's like...
Thank you.
Like I said, the best. Thank you, Elaja. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Scorpy Club. But yeah, I just really like Guardian's base abilities and his insane tankiness while he's attacking. It's a shame that his damage over time is shock, because there are a lot of champions in the game, especially meta defenders right now, like Onslaught and Captain Britain, that really punish shock using techs. It's the same reason, in my opinion, why J. Jonah Jameson has a lot of problem, is that if he could turn his shocks to plasma, or he just had another way to do damage against those shock immune characters, he'd be so much better and be much higher on the list. But Guardian is a fantastic champion, and like I said, in my opinion, he's just a lot of fun to play just because of his absolute aspect of his wide array of matchups. And he's one of my favorite champions to take down Bullseye at the moment, just because the bleed resistance with the block proficiency makes him just an insane counter for him. Granted, Bullseye's not as useful as he was back in the day, but he's still one of my favorites to use to take him down. Number 3 is Yondu. Now, Yondu is pretty much, honestly, the same as Wolf. He is literally a tech Werewolf by Night, and I don't think there's many other ways to put him. Werewolf by Night overall is definitely quicker than Yondu. Yondu does a lot of damage through block. He doesn't need max Sig, which is really handy. I found that about Sig 100 is pretty much all that Yondu needs, because that's when... no, sorry, it's not Sig 100, it's Sig 132. Signature level 132 is when you get 33% weaknesses on his Yaka arrow. So you only need to have 3 of the ruptures on him when they use a special, and he will get 100% damage reduction. Well, he gets 100% weakness, which reduces the damage by a considerable amount. But I still think that in terms of his use and versatility, he's fantastic for things where you don't want to hit the opponent. He can take down Captain Britain with full health by just hitting her block. It's not the quickest matchup, but it works. And anything that involves just hitting blocks, so hazard shift and things like that, make him really good. He's also really nice for long form content because his damage on the special 2. Oh, that is Jack. That is the wrong champion. I was meant to click this, sorry. On the special 2, he gets a very large 3,270 Fury buff on every special that they've used. So by the time they've used like 7 specials, because there's 8 stacks, you multiply that together, and that's about a 25,000 attack increase, which also carries over to his ruptures as well. So after a few specials, Yondu is doing some insane damage in longer fights. So I really, really do like him for that. And that's why he, for me, is getting the number 3 on my favorite tech champions list. Which I'm going to say one more time. These are my favorites, not who I think are the best. Number 2 is Jack-O-Lantern. Now, Jack-O-Lantern, as most people know, is probably the best Battlegrounds tech champion that we have right now. Thank you for the follow, Ermac. Welcome to the Scorpio Club. So, Jack, there's not really much to say about Jack. Most people know Jack. Most people know what he can do and his great abilities. And quite frankly, with Jack, he just... How do I put this? He just takes everything that he needs to take. He is the best for Jean. He's one of the best for Onslaught. He's the best for Captain Britain, without a doubt. And I just really, really do think that there's just not much more to say than that. If you want a very reliable, quick, and decently fun to play tech champion, Jack is that guy. Now, before we get to the number 1, because we are about to have an ad go up, apologies in advance for those who are going to get caught by this, but I'm going to hold the number 1 until you guys get back from the ad break. But basically, in my eyes, if I was to put a couple of honorable mentions, which I'm going to put here, let me just do this here. So there's 2 honorable mentions that I want to mention for... Helps if I put the capital letters, doesn't it? So there's 2 honorable mentions that I want to put here, which just missed out on the number 1 slot. And those champions are Starkey. Because for me, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, I don't like Starkey's playstyle personally. I don't like the fact that you've got to dash back constantly to build up his poise charges. Don't get me wrong, he is probably the best Battlegrounds attacker in the game right now. No worries, David the Butch. He's probably one of the best right now in terms of Battlegrounds, but I just don't personally like his playstyle. So that's why he missed out on the top 10. The next one that's missing out the top 10, again, for the same reason, is Future Ant-Man. Future Ant-Man, again, a fantastic champion, a brilliant defender for a lot of matchups. I just don't particularly enjoy his playstyle because I'm not the best at intercepting. And I just don't really like to use it in a way. Just because, and as crappy as it sounds, I'm just not very good with him. So for that reason, he is another honorable mention. And this might surprise a few people because I used to love this champion. Viv Vision is the last honorable mention. She is a champion that I absolutely loved back in the day. I loved to use her phase. She was really fun to play. But lately, I have really just not used her barely at all. If I'd have done this list a year ago, she'd probably be my number 1. But so many champions have come out recently that are just do her job a lot better and a lot easier. And personally, I just don't use Viv as much anymore. I still love using her phase ability. It's very, very fun. But she's definitely not what she used to be for me. Now, the number 1 is actually not a character I even have at rank 4. my favorite tech champion to play, and my favorite tech champion overall, is Prowler. It's somebody who I would love to take to rank 4 eventually. Prowler has the advantage of having ruptures instead of shocks, which I think is huge for what he can do, because the rupture over shock means he can take a lot more options. His damage is fantastic, his utility is great, his immunities are great, and quite frankly, he is just so much fun to play. And that's why he's number 1. Like I said, the reason why he's my favorite tech champion, even though he's not ranked 4, is that miss and being able to use that falter to do like extra combos and power up through to special 2 and then launch a big special 2 finish with the falter still active is incredibly fun to do. It's really, really enjoyable to play. So for that reason, Prowler is my favorite tech champion to play. But like I said, favorite, not the best. So the next class I'm going to go to, we're going to restart the count. And should we go to Cosmic next? I feel like we're going to go to Cosmic next, so we'll do that. So let's change this to a nice light color. So now we have Cosmic. Now this one is pretty tough because there are a lot of fun champions to use in this class. Number 5 is Cersei. So again, a champion that I used to use a huge amount back in the day. And I mean a lot. I love you too. Matt Hyas, thank you very much for the bit. I appreciate it. So, I love Cersei. I used to use her so much more than I do now. But unfortunately, after the release of champions like Neeko and Pav and champions like that, unfortunately, her both offensive and defensive capabilities have dropped considerably over the last, especially the last 6 to 12 months. A little bit of trivia for you. Cersei was actually my first ever rank 4 7-star champion, which is crazy to think about now, but she was actually my first ever rank 4. I even did it before my favorite champion, which was Sorcerer, but that's because we had a gem back then. Cersei was my first ever rank 4, and I loved her back in the day. I also would love to ascend her. I love being able to build up the Furies by using the glancing to reduce block damage, kind of similar to how Carolina does it. And then you build up to 7 or 8, sometimes more, of the buffs that she gets, the transmutation buffs. Then use a special 2, and the damage was nuts. If that special 2, the last hit of it crit, a rank 4 7-star, it was hitting for 160 to 180k, sometimes even more. So for me, very fun to play champion, but definitely gone off compared to what she used to be. But that's just me. Number 4 on my favorite Cosmics list is actually Mr. Adam Warlock himself. So Adam is a bit of a weird champion. He's very reliant on the AI, which kind of really hurts him. But his playstyle is really fun and unique, and I like it a lot. So what Adam wants to do is you kind of need the opponent to block. Then you need to hit their block a bunch of times to go unblockable. And then you just need to hope and pray that they throw their specials when you want them to keep the unblockable and the true damage paused. And you just want to turn hyper aggressive. And Adam will pretty much eliminate basically anybody in front of you as long as the AI plays alongside you. He is very fun to play just because once he's got that unblockable, as long as you keep it up, there's not a lot that can stop him. And it's extremely fun to just batter your opponent down, bait a special, and then just keep loading on even more damage until they just absolutely crush. But I do admit that Adam is definitely a champion that's basically you love him or you hate him. Somebody who got me into Adam Warlock a long time ago is a player called Sky4, who I used to play with back in the day, and he is an absolute surgeon with Adam Warlock. I'm pretty certain he's got him at rank 5. And shout out to him because his Adam is phenomenal. And it's the reason why I started to like him back in the day as well. So my third favorite Cosmic Champion is Carolina Dean. So when this champion first came out, I will fully admit I didn't like her at first. And I know that sounds crazy because she is ridiculously good. She's incredible. She's just handles so many different fights easily. It took me a little bit of time to properly get used to her sunlight because I didn't realize.
Thank
you
you.
for following Adit Yaraj. Oh god, that was a. Excuse me, let me try that again. Adit Yaraj. Thank you for the follow. I screwed that up, sorry. So, yeah, I struggled with the sunlight because back when I first started using her, and I know this is going to sound stupid to some people, but I didn't read her abilities properly, and I thought that the sunlight was entirely random. And back in the day, I used to quite like playing the leader. And I used to be used to keeping people on the green door, building up debuffs, and then doing a lot of damage with the special 3. So with Carolina, I felt like I was trying to chase the sun, not realizing that the sun's placement is actually dependent on where Carolina is and what she's doing when the sunlight comes down. So it will basically always appear either on, behind, or in front of where she is on the map. And I thought that when the sun went away, I had to basically, like, find it on the map again, not realizing that I had basically as much time as I wanted to find this, to let the sun come back and then get back into it. So when I first started using her, I was a little bit crap with her and I didn't like her. But now that I've learned how to use her, she's so much fun. Like, you can just bask in the sunlight, keep them in there with the heavy attack combo, and while she's in the sun, you build up these buffs that you can just use to glance all of the block damage that you're taking. It just turns her into an absolute tank. She has incredible damage, a really fun playstyle, and yeah, that is why she is number 2. Number 3. Number 2 is Venom. So Venom is easily one of my favorite Cosmic Champions. He was going to be my first rank 5. He was genuinely going to be my first rank 5, and I decided against it at the very last minute. And the reason why I decided against it at the very last minute is mainly because I already had an attacker, and I already had a defender plan, so I wanted a dual threat, which is why I went with Deathless Thanos as my first rank 5, and not Venom. But Venom, if I happen to get another Cosmic Gem or something like that in the future, I have absolutely no problem with rank 5ing Venom, because if they bleed, Venom just eats them. He literally just eats them alive. His damage is absolutely ridiculous if you have a 6-star Venom Relic. Even a 5-star Venom Relic does well, but a 6-star Venom Relic on Venom, it just turns him into an absolute monster. He is easily the fastest attacker of the Cosmic class, in my opinion, if he's got that Venom Relic and he's got it ranked up, because his damage just hits the absolute ceiling. He's very fun to play. You can use his special 1 to basically om-nom-nom the opponent's buffs and use them to heal himself. He's got great damage on the special 2. And he's just got great control. He's immune to power burn and power drain from Tex, I think, so he doesn't have to worry about anything like that. He's just all-round a really fun champion. It's just so much enjoyment from just using him to just completely obliterate opponents as you come across them. So, some honorable mentions for the Cosmic class. I'm not going to go too much into them. The first honorable mention is Galen. So, Galen, again, very, very good champion. He just... His rotation can sometimes be a little bit annoying, because you got to line up a few things, and It's not always possible to get the heavy attack when you need it, and basically his versatility, however, is undeniable. And although I don't use him as much as I used to, I still think he is an honorable mention for one of my favorite cosmics. And the other honorable mention is obviously going to be Serpent, because I'm not a big fan of Serpent defensively, but I have to put him as an honorable mention on this list just simply because he is just such a powerhouse in so many different contents and so many different areas on attack. Like, in war especially, and for content, there's just not a lot he can't take, because he's just such a tanky bugger and has so much utility with his unblockable specials, the ability to avoid evade and miss, his extreme tankiness, his death immunity that can save you when you're about to die, his power gain, he's just got everything. He just put everything they could possibly fit onto a champion and just went, do you know what? Yeah, that'll do. So because of that, I can't deny his use and why I've got to put him as an honorable mention, but yeah, he is just phenomenal. Number one, I know it's a little bit of a cop-out, but my number one favorite champion is my rank 5, and it's Deathless Thanos. So, again, I think most people would agree that Deathless Thanos is probably the best cosmic in the game as an all-rounder. To be honest, there's an argument that he's possibly even the best overall champion in the game, just because he's just so good in so many aspects. He's extremely difficult to take down quickly on defense because he has that insane protection. You can't hit him too often, otherwise he goes fully unstoppable and will just completely wreck you. And if you hit his unstoppable, you can't evade him, he can't miss you. So he just has all of it on defense, and then on attack, his damage is just absolutely insane. And his playstyle is actually fun. You know, you build up these charges, you take a blocked hit, the Vigor helps you heal that blocked hit, and then you just use that to counterpunch and hit them, build up even more damage and charges, and he just goes absolutely nuts. So yeah, he is without a doubt my favorite cosmic champion in the game right now. I very highly doubt that's going to change anytime soon, but you never know. Things might change. Right, so the next class I'm going to do, we're going to keep going up. I'm going to save Mystic till last for obvious reasons. So next we're going to go to Mutant. So Mutant class is a little bit more interesting. So the first one, in terms of play, it is Pixie. Now, Pixie, I have to admit, she's fun to play. And I like her because of her fun aspect. But this champion, and I'm going to tell you right now, this champion right here, this one spinning like a beautiful little fairy she is, she's not going to be meta. She's not going to be used barely at all. She's not a great defender. The only defensive issue she has is her evade, which you completely avoid by just simply parry stunning her. And if you have an evade counter, like anything that can counter evade, like Cold Snap, or ability accuracy reduction, or True Strike, or anything like that, she is an absolute noodle. Her health pool isn't the biggest. Even at rank 4 Ascended, it's barely above 110k, which is not huge. She just doesn't do much on defense. And on attack, she's just too slow. It's as simple as that. Her rotation is not very well thought out. It's difficult to do. You do a lot of, frankly, fart-arsing around trying to build the damage. And the payoff is just not long enough. Like, if I go into her abilities, so when she gets the, when she gets the power efficiency, she does do a lot of damage, right? The power efficiency does help her do a lot of damage, and you keep the prowesses and you spam special 1. But as soon as they run out, and keeping in mind that it doesn't last overly long, the prowesses only last for 20 seconds. There's no way to pause them. They are paused during the opponent's special attacks, but there's no other way to pause them. There's no other way to, you know, keep them going for longer. And once that 20 seconds runs out, if your opponent is not dead, that's it. Your ramp is gone, and you've got to restart from the beginning. And it often takes like 30 to 40 seconds, probably longer, to build that damage back up to a respectable level. And yeah, her counter and her sleep is fun to play, but that's about as high as it goes for me from Pixie. So my fourth favorite mutant champion is Domino. So Domino has always been a bit of a menace. Also, hey Anian. Oh, hello. It looks like the rest of the emotes are ready. Okay, one of them is. Hey, I'll take it. So it looks like the Lumitrix one is working now. But okay, I'm glad you enjoy that one. So Domino is also a champion that is a great dual threat, and I find it very fun to play. Her RNG aspect, can put some people off, and I totally understand that, because if she gets a crit bleed on a special 2 or a special 3, the opponent melts. And I mean absolutely melts. The speed in which she can take people down if she gets lucky is insane. I do find her animations fun. I do find her fun to play. The ability accuracy reduction can do some wild things. It's both good and bad, because it can completely ignore champion abilities, for one thing. And more importantly, it can also screw you over, because it can turn off nodes that she really doesn't want to turn off. Like, even in the monthly EQ, Domino can actually fail getting the attack boost from the EQ node because she fails it, which is quite ironic that she ends up kind of gimping herself with her own abilities. But even with that, I do like the champion. I think she's very fun to play. I do like the kind of flipping around she does on her special 2, and her damage is fantastic. She's also a great defender, so that is why she's number 4. Number 3 on this list is my good old Sunny Boy, Sunspot. So Sunspot for me is just great. There's nothing more to put than that. His only main problem is a problem that's with a lot of champions, and it's Incinerate. Incinerate is probably one of, alongside Shock, it's not an amazing damage over time effect, because a lot of champions nowadays are actually immune to Incinerate. Like, when I use Sunspot, especially in something like Battlegrounds or War, War is less often, I have to admit, but especially in Battlegrounds, he does some insane damage really quickly. He's probably one of the best Yelena counters in the entire game. I think the only champion that can kill Yelena quicker than Sunspot is Silver Samurai. Maybe Cassandra Nova. But Sunspot, I've taken Yelena's down with Sunspot in some metas in like 35 seconds. He is incredibly quick for taking down Yelena. And that mainly comes from the fact, in his abilities, the flare states he gets, they just increase the base damage of the hit by a certain amount. And that bypasses Yelena's abilities. So, how you doing, Panzarius? So, because of that, he is extremely good at taking down Yelena. He's very good for taking down Bullseye as well, because you can parry the first hit of the special 1, which will then cause perfect blocks across at least a few of the hits, which means he takes no damage into block. And then if you parry the last one as well, you can generally get out of a Bullseye special 1 and only lose like 2 or 3% health. And he gets perfect block on his parries while they're incinerated. He can use the incinerates to gain extra damage. Basically, against anyone Incinerate immune, he's phenomenal. But if he comes up against someone who is Incinerate immune, his use goes completely out the window, because he really struggles to get his damage up. Or more specifically, keep his damage up against anyone that's Incinerate immune, because of the fact that he just runs out of charges. And that's why he's number 3. He also has no defensive aspect. Number 2 on my favorite champions to play is Gentle. So Gentle is my second favorite mutant champion in the game. He was the mutant champion I was going to take to rank 5 if I had have pulled a mutant gem. So unfortunately I did not, which is a shame because I did really want to get Gentle up to Sig 200 and rank 5 ascended. He does need high Sig if you're going to use him on attack specifically, especially against skill champions, because basically against skill champions his special attacks cost 20% less power, which makes his general rotation so much easier. He is easily the best bullseye counter in the game. He's actually a pretty damn good Yelena counter. He's also an extremely good, probably one of the best counters to Punisher as well, because Punisher is someone who mainly does damage through bleeds and things like that and can get the endurance. And Gentle just completely ignores all of it. And just, if you time a special 2 before that indestructible comes up, Gentle just completely obliterates Punisher. So I just find him really fun to play. He's got a very simple special 1, special 2 rotation. If they shrug off stuns, he goes unstoppable and indestructible, so you can just blast through their attacks and bully them. And yeah, it's just, for me, he's just a lot of fun to play. So, honorable mentions for the mutant class. First honorable mention is Storm X. So Storm X, since I ascended her, genuinely has become a surprisingly good champion for me. I definitely don't think she's in my top 5 in terms of favorites or fun to play, but she's definitely high up there, a lot higher than she used to be. The buff that she got was really good. Really, really good. She now does an incredible amount of damage. She does have the same problem with a lot of champions where she's just all damage, but she doesn't have a lot of utility. She is a pretty underrated defender, though. That glancing that she gets on defense can shut down a lot of champions that don't rely on specials. She's basically like a worse version of Maestro on defense, if I had to put it accurately. That's the best way I could put it, is that she's basically a worse Maestro on defense. She's very tanky, the glancing can shut down a lot of things, but obviously she just gets absolutely nuked by special attacks. But champions like Werewolf and even Jack-o'-lantern can't do very well against her to start with, because he doesn't get the incinerates on the hits because she just glances all of them. So that's also really good. Jean Grey, obviously an honorable mention. She's not number 1 on this list for me in terms of my favorites, but I can't deny how just batshit insane she is. She handles everything. She's probably one of the best, if not the best, mutant defender in the game right now. She's one of the best attackers. She just handles literally anything. Absolutely no problem. I just don't find it as much fun to use. Same with Onslaught. Onslaught is also on this list as an honorable mention, because she just because he is, again, one of the best by far. Let me just take out this background a second, because there we go. He's one of the best by far, but he just isn't as fun for me to play, and he's just kind of there, but I can't deny his absolute use and ridiculous ability. But my number 1 favorite mutant champion in the game is going to surprise a lot of people, but it is this guy. And until they release Mystique, this guy is probably never going to come out of this spot. Nightcrawler is easily my favorite mutant champion in the game. And let me explain to you why. So, the most fun thing I love doing with Nightcrawler, without a shadow of a doubt, is his ability to dex any special in the game. He can dex Serpent Special 1. He can dex the Grandmaster Special 2. He can dex Punisher Special 2. He can literally, if you time it right, he can dex Mangog Special 2. There is not a single special in the game that can hit this guy if you can get his timing down. It's kind of insane. Like, you can just avoid any special damage with him by simply just practicing the way he dexes and avoiding it all. And his damage is also extremely good, especially against anybody who's not bleed immune. Who's bleed immune, who's not bleed immune. Yeah, he will absolutely destroy them. Minnow, I'm going to come to that later, don't you worry. Yeah, Magic has the same thing. Magic is, no spoilers, but Magic is definitely going to be on my list because of the same thing. But Nightcrawler has insane damage, fantastic utility with his ability to dodge any specials, and he's just so much fun to use. It's incredibly fun to just dex any special and just punish them for it. He's also another one who's insanely good for Yelena because of his dupe ability. Nightcrawler's dupe ability is kind of busted, where, for one, his evade chance can only be lowered by tech champions, which makes him a pretty annoying defender if you can't switch him, because since the AI changes, he's a lot harder to switch than he used to be. But the potency of his instant bleeds and crit damage is increased by his prowess potency, which completely bypasses Yelena's abilities as well. So he gets 103% of his current prowess potency. The critical damage rating does get capped by this, but the prowess and the instant bleeds do not. And he can take it down extremely quickly. Like, I mean very, very quickly. So yeah, that is the top 5 mutants for me. We're going to have another ad break coming up in a minute, so you guys that are in chat and not subscribed, I apologize in advance, but this list will still be here when you get back. We're going to go to skill next, and number 5 on my favorite skill champions list is, and I'm sorry about this in advance, but it is actually Frankencastle. So I took this guy to rank 4 on a whim, and I was impressed. Nightcrawler should be able to dex forward and backwards. That would be so cool, doggo. That would genuinely be so much fun if he could do that. Genuinely. That'd be great. But yeah, back to Frankencastle. So this guy is insanely fun to play. He actually would have been higher up on this list if I'd have been asked this question like 3 or 4 months ago. But his use is limited. He was a lot better when he was a Saga champion. But I just find myself losing, even with the adrenaline stat focus, which helps him heal back more damage. His playstyle just isn't ideal for this point in the game. He loses quite a lot of health over time by... He's actually, to be fair, I should probably put him in my deck for this meta because health doesn't matter. Because he's insanely quick on attack. If you can catch someone with a special 2... while he's in his unstoppable phase, and then hit a special 1 straight afterwards, he kills pretty much anything. Zola is one fight he absolutely destroys. I think I commonly get like maybe 93 to 94% and about 40 to 45 second finishes against Zola, because he really does kill him very quickly. Because on the special 1, he gets these 3 energy burst hits, which do even more for every incinerate on them. And because of the way that it works, he can take like 40% off of Zola's health in one special 1. So after a special 2 into special 1, Zola's just gone. He's also very good for Photon, because he's immune to Petrify, which is kind of handy. But yeah, he's mainly on this list just because he's insanely fun to play. Which is also going to come into the next one, which is Elsa Bloodstone. And Elsa Bloodstone used to be my favorite skill champion in the game a long time ago. This is how much this list has changed over time. So Elsa is great fun. But similar to Nefaria and a few other champions, the unfazed mastery has completely ruined her nowadays. And she would probably be way higher on this list if she had like what Kate and a lot of other champions have. How you doing, Onda? Hope you're... I don't know if you've had your surgery yet, but if not, I really hope it goes well. I really wish you a really quick and speedy recovery. Elsa is extremely fun to play. I love her parry evade. Her damage is insane. She builds those busteds up. No one's immune to the damage. She has the highest base crit rate in the game. And she just kills things extremely quickly. She just has very little utility and can't take much outside of the science class. It's tomorrow. Well, I really hope it goes well. You'll have my prayers as you go into it. I look forward to hearing the good news when it's done. But yeah, so Elsa is number 4 on this list because of those reasons. Next, we're going to be going to number 3. My third favorite champion of the science class to play is Stealthy. Stealth Spider-Man. And I spelled that wrong. Stealthy is third. Sorry, Minnow, in advance, but Stealthy is in third place. This guy is insane. He is awesome. I love his ability, kind of similar to Nightcrawler, where when you dex a special, it pauses his precision and fury effects, and he can keep them going for an insanely long time. If you play him right, especially if he has the Scorpion synergy, you can keep his debuffs and his buffs and his passives up the entire fight. And he absolutely wrecks. It is ridiculous. You saved a Sylveon for me in Mude. I appreciate that. Yeah, Stealthy is just an insane champion. I have a lot of fun playing him. I personally much prefer him to Starkey. I know that's a very unpopular opinion, but I do think that Stealthy is a lot better than Starkey, at least for me. I find him a lot easier to play, a lot easier to get damage out with. I find him faster than Starkey, even if he might not be as reliable in some matchups. But yeah, Stealthy is definitely the, shall we say, superior spider in my eyes, but a lot will probably disagree with that. But yeah, he's number 3 on my favorite skill champions list. Number 2 is, I guess a lot of people will see this as a little bit of a cop-out, but it's actually someone who I don't have at rank 4, and it's Mantis. So, Mantis for me, I love. I love playing her. I love the ability to use the Intimidate and the Infuriate to play around with the AI, build up her charges, and it is extremely satisfying to get up to your maximum charges and then just blow off a mighty special 2 that just obliterates people. She is a champion I plan to take to rank 4 eventually when I get some more catalysts. I do find her very fun to use. I want to incorporate more into my decks and into my roster. I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. The other main reason why she hasn't been ranked up yet is because I really need a good Karnak relic for her, and I don't have one yet. And that would immensely help out Mantis's versatility in terms of attack and defense. Because if you put her on defense against the Science Champion, they are buggered, because they cannot place a single debuff on her. That is some exceptionally good utility for defense. But I have to admit she's definitely fallen off a bit from what she used to be. But I cannot wait to take this champion to rank 4 and hopefully start destroying with her again, because she is insanely good and one of the best science counters in the game, as well as just very fun to play. You like to see some gameplay on her? I can show you that in a little bit. Now we're going to go to some honorable mentions here. So, again, I'm sorry in advance because this is going to be probably something that pees off a lot of people. But my first honorable mention is Okoye. I am sorry in advance, but I don't like playing Okoye. I think that she's a ridiculously broken champion. I really struggle to play with her combo. I don't know what it is, but I just always seem to mess up doing the combo because the timing of it just completely throws me off. And I just also don't particularly like the way she was built and just how ridiculous she is, because you can just corner combo them, which, to put it bluntly, I just find her quite boring to play. But I have to put her on this list as an honorable mention because she's just simply so ridiculously overpowered that playing her is fun in a different aspect because she just kills things so quickly. but I'm definitely not going to put her in my top 5 to play. The other one is going to be Zemo. So Baron Zemo is, again, somebody who I can't spell, apparently. I can't spell a 4-letter word. That's a bit embarrassing. But Okoye and Zemo are kind of in the same boat in that I just find them a little bit boring to play, but that doesn't mean to say that they're a bad champion. I'm going to leave that off, actually, because it looks better when it's like this with the background. But yeah, Zemo is fantastic for long form, and I really like using him for that, but I don't know. It's something about him. I just personally just don't think he's as kind of incredible as people think he is, but I just don't find him particularly fun to play. But I wanted to put him on here just simply because he's just so good in other aspects. And my number one favorite, if you know me at all, it's Lumitrix. Like, my god, when they made this champion, they did everything right. Lumitrix is incredible. Like, my goodness, man, this guy is insanely fun to play. Like, insanely fun to play. You can use the heavy attack to get his invisibility. The invisibility can then be used to do a heavy knockdown, to do another invisibility and build his charges. Or you can just use the ability to just blow through literally all of their attacks, and you don't even have to worry about it. You can just blow through everything without a care in the world until they get a special. And then you bait the special, you hit them after the special to regain your charge heavy again, go back invisible, and just bully them all over again. I don't know what it is about him, but I just think he's incredibly fun to use, incredibly satisfying to use, and honestly, the difference between number 2 and number 1 in this list is like night and day. Like, I like the other 4 champions in this list, but Lumitrix is just so much fun that he just blows the others out of the water for me. He's also, on a byproduct, a very good defender if they don't have a miss counter. Like, an evade counter can work, but his main threat is the special 1 and going invisible. If you cannot handle the miss, because of the fact that he can even throw special 1 when he's at special 2, so he can just do special 1s back to back, even if you get rid of his invisibility. If you don't have a miss counter, it's so easy to get punished and put in the back corner and just bullied to death by Lumitrix. It just makes him so dangerous. But then playing him, like, yeah. I genuinely think, honestly, overall, while he's not my favorite overall champion in the game, he's probably my favorite to play. He's definitely the most fun champion, personally, I think, to play, just because of his unique and fun playstyle. But anyway, that is the skill class. So next, we're going to go on to the science class. Then we've just got the mystic for last. So let's put this, that's maybe a little bit bright. Yeah, let's do this. There you go, that's a bit better. So, science class next. So, in the number 5 spot is Razim Slim. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing okay. My number 5 favorite is going to be a big surprise to a lot of people. It's the leader. So, as I said, this is, again, for anyone who's come into the chat, this is not, in my opinion, the top 5 best of each class. It is my top 5 personal favorites of each class. Number 5 is the leader. I find him incredibly fun. And he's just very different. And the thing about him is his door. The door that's on the floor, the green door, is a really interesting bit of utility for him, because it's so easy to use his light intercepts on the door to build up a ton of his Spectre and Petrify debuffs. Sorry, Spectre and Wither debuffs, sorry. And you build them up, and if you're fighting a fight with regeneration, they will go down quicker than you can say oops. if you're fighting a power gain fight, they can never throw a special. Like, that piece of utility for me is extremely underrated. He's definitely not the fastest. He's pretty slow. But his damage on the special 3 is decent. And it can do a lot of damage, especially in longer fights, because he gets the degeneration vulnerability passives that stack. And after a few of those, his special 3 does do a good amount of degen damage. But if you have any fight that has healing or power gain, and you're allowed to reverse it, the leader is by far the best at taking down those fights. So just for those reasons alone, that's why he's number 5 on my favorites to play list. Number 4 is going to be Silk. So Silk is a champion that, honestly, I probably should have taken to rank 4 a long time ago, but I still haven't, and I'm sorry for that, because she deserves it, and she really deserves it for a long margin, because combo is really fun to use. It's very easy to intercept with her, which keeps her charges going. You're perfectly safe to try and do her rotation most of the time, because even if they throw a special when you're trying to intercept them, her evade, unless they have a built-in evade counter, just completely counters it safely. And then as you can dash into the special, get really close to them, still evading the hits as you're doing it, and then you can just punish the special easily afterwards and get straight back into your offense. And then all you need to do is launch a combo, heavy, and then you can either heavy into special, or if you have a relic built up, you can heavy, relic, do another combo, into another heavy, into a special, and the damage is ridiculous. I do really like Silk. I'm kind of wondering to myself, even now, why I haven't taken her to rank 4 yet, because despite the fact they removed the Silk Lock that they had in the game a while back, I don't think it's made any difference, really, to Silk. Like, obviously it's taken away her ability to cheese fights, but she's still a phenomenal attacker, really fun to play, and honestly, I think that actually destroyed Titania than it did more than destroy Silk. So, yeah, Silk still remains number 3 on my favorites to play list. Number 3 is going to be Scorpion here. So, Scorpion, which, ironically, considering my name is Scorpy, which kind of comes from something similar to this, Scorpion is only number 3. I really like his ability to basically be able to attack anybody successfully. Like, if they're poison immune, he's got Rupture. If they're Rupture immune, he's got Poison or Shock. If they're Shock immune, he's got Poisons or Ruptures. There is literally pretty much nobody that this guy can't do good damage against, unless they have, like, a complete immunity to damage over time or the ability to go debuff immune. This guy can do it. He has incredible block proficiency. He has the ability to heal damage on his special 2. He has a great taunt on his special 1, which also allows him to block unblockable specials. And he's just fun to play, and I really like his animations. Like, that's another thing I really like about him. So yeah, Scorpion is number 3 on this list. Number 2 is going to be Spider-Ham. So Spider-Ham is a champion that I originally, again, didn't like, because his playstyle was weird, and I didn't quite understand what I was supposed to do with him. And again, recently, it was voted that I should take Spider-Ham up to rank 4. And I have loved him since I've done that. His power stings, apart from a very spare few champions, just nuke so many different fights. And then you can use the evade by dashing back and holding block. You can use the evade to refresh the power stings. And then while he's unblockable, you can throw a relic. And then use that to build up more power stings. Pause them with the special 1. By this time, they're at special 2. They throw that special 2 after this point. You've built up like 8+ stings. You can refresh a big bunch of them if you've got a lot of nonsense up. And they're doing like hundreds of thousands of damage. And then you can just recycle it. He's just so much fun to use. I really like his goofy animations. And yeah, that is why he is number 2. Now we're going to add in the honorable mentions. So if we go back here, the first honorable mention is going to be Human Torch. So Torch is obviously a fantastic champion. He's pretty fun to play. You know, he has his little medium, light, medium things. He's got the special 2. He's got his pre-fights that allow him to basically take down anything that's not immune to Nova Flame, which is only like 3 champions. The only thing I don't like about him is that he's really squishy, and he's quite difficult to utilize effectively unless you're incredibly good at not parrying. Obviously, a block proficiency relic really helps that, which, looking at the relic he's got on him now, I should probably switch that to a block proficiency relic rather than the torch relic. But I have the torch relic on him mainly for the energy vulnerability, or the energy penetration. But looking back, I'd probably do a lot better with him if I had a block proficiency relic on him, because his damage is nuts. The other honorable mention is Photon. So, same reason. Photon is a phenomenal defender, amazing attacker, actually pretty fun to play with her charges. Although I spelled that wrong. No, I didn't spell that wrong. She's very fun to play with her charges, and it's more so the fact what I love about her is the ability to go between fights and keep her charges, kind of similar to Captain Marvel movie, where you can start a fight at like 20 charges, hit a 5-hit combo, and be straight into your pure light with 5 Furies. She's insane for things like AQ. I have Photon on my AQ team every single time. She can clear a path in like 2 minutes. Like literally 20-30 second fights all the way along the path, because you get the first one out the way, you build up your charges. Then after that, you can just start the fight at like 20 to 25 charges, blast straight through them, and honestly, the fights take like 20 to 30 seconds. Especially if you have the science extra buff that you can get at the start of the AQ. She just absolutely destroys any AQ path. And like I said, she's a great defender and just has a lot of utility as well. So that's why she's also an honorable mention on this list. And then number 1. So again, this was a bit of a toss-up. Actually, there's one more honorable mention I want to put in here before I go on. And that's actually Morbius. So Morbius is a champion that I loved back in the day, and for the same reason that a few champions on these lists have had to be dropped down, like Cersei and that, he's just nowhere near as useful as he used to be. He does have the ability to pretty much get debuffs on any champion, but any petrify immunity, or if someone's immune to bleed and rupture, he can't do anything against them. And his utility is just kind of like, the Petrify is kind of nice if you're fighting a Mystic champion, because it helps reduce Mystic Dispersion. But I just really wish he kept his bleeds and his ruptures after his special 2. If he genuinely did that, I think this guy would be so much better than he is. But it's literally a case of you use your special 2 and you hope it kills. Like, being able to punish specials with the dash in is very fun. That's why he's an honorable mention, because he's really fun to play. But he's not as good as he used to be, and that's even if he used to be any good, to be honest. I just used to find him really fun to use. Back in the days when Kindred was a nightmare defender, and Mangog. Mangog is another one that he takes down extremely well, because you could bait out the special 1, or even the special 2. Morbius is a crazy ability if you time it right, and I could maybe show it later, where you can avoid the entire special 2 of Mangog by dexing twice at the start and then dashing into the 3rd hit, and you go through the entire thing and punish it. It's very fun to do. He was one of the best for Mangog, but no one ever uses Mangog in defense anymore. So, just due to the way the metas have shifted, I just don't use him anymore, but I did want to put him as an honorable mention. Number 1 is Spider-Woman. It's simple. Spider-Woman is just ridiculous. Fun to play, You've got the debilitates on the intercepts. If you dash in while they're unstoppable, you'll evade and be safe. If you dash in while you can miss, or while they're untouchable, she'll evade and you're safe. If you mess up dexing a special, she'll evade and you're safe. She has insane damage, she has a really fun rotation, she has great animation, she's a good defender. There's genuinely no reason why I wouldn't put her on my favourite Science Champion list. She would have been my rank 5 most likely had I gotten a Science Gem. It would have been between her and probably Thing or Rhino, simply for defense, but they're not fun to play, they're just really good defenders. But Spider-Woman would definitely have been the attacker I would have taken to rank 5, and she's number 1 on my favourite Science Champion list. So, now the class that most people are probably waiting for. You already know number 1, but we're going to do the rest of them anyway. So, my 5th favourite is... well, it's very close, honestly. But my number 5 is actually my new rank 5 Sasquatch. So, this guy was rank 3 for a really long time. I really liked his rotation. I liked his tankiness. I kind of ignored him for a lot of the last bunch of months. And then I ascended him. And my goodness, since I ascended him, this guy is an absolute monster. Like, not only does he absolutely stole the living daylights out of pretty much everybody on defense. Like I said, I've even had rank 4 Human Torches take 100 seconds this meta to take him down. It's actually crazy how much this guy has been handy for me on defense, because whether it's just people just underestimate him or what, he just never gets banned. He never gets banned in Battlegrounds. He's already doing pretty well in War as well. And his special 2 is incredibly fun. You build up the Wrath. Either you can build a special 2 originally, or you can just do what most people do, which is probably the better way to use him nowadays, now that we've got the special 3 skip button, is to just go to special 3, use special 3, use a couple of mediums into a relic, into a couple more mediums, launch special 2 while you've got the Wrath active, which, keeping in mind, will only use 1 bar of power because of the way that Wrath works. And as long as one of those crits, one of those hits crit, your opponent's dead. They are out. They are gone. Like, even with only 8 or 9 ruptures at rank 5 ascended, this guy's hitting 3 to 350k crits on his special 2. It is crazy. It is absolutely insane, this guy's damage output. He's definitely not the most useful, I guess. But he's definitely powerful. And yeah, that's why he's number 5 on this list. So next we're going to go to number 4. And number 4 is Magik. So Magik is a difficult champion to use since her change. I'm not going to lie about that. I haven't taken her to rank 4 yet, mainly due to resource limitation. But Magik is very fun to use for me. Very similar to what Minnow said earlier. Magik has the same ability as Nightcrawler, where she can basically dex any special in the game. She can't be hit while dashing back at all during her animation. So she can dex Serpent Special 1. She can basically dex the same specials the Nightcrawler can, if you've got the right timing. And her damage is amazing. And it's degeneration, which no one's immune to. I have to admit, she's very difficult to use, especially against champions that are outside of the Cosmic class, because she basically relies on those buffs being nullified or expiring to give her power, which then give her the Limbo buffs, which then give her the degens, which you then convert on the special 2 into more degens, and then you pause them with heavy attack. There's a lot to Magik, but Her damage output is insane. She's very fun to use, and she's pretty good on defense as well. If you come across a magic, especially one that's rank 4 or rank 5, it's extremely difficult to get out of that fight without taking some damage or at least being drained out a little bit. And it's going to take a while because of the way that Magic's Limbo works now. She can have a Limbo active very often, and she heals back like 50% of all the damage she takes constantly. It can make her into a lot more of a tank than she's probably expected to be, so she can slow a lot of people down. Your number ones from each class would be Thanos, Nefaria, Kingpin, Nico, Jean, and Shocker. Very nice set, Mike, and honestly, completely understand why. Number 3 on this list is Spiral. Spiral is, for me, insanely fun to use. A lot of people don't like her alternating combo. They also don't like her animations and the way that she's, you know, has to be played. For me, I find it really fun to do. I find it really fun to use. I find her very, very powerful. She has incredibly good utility, where as long as you can keep her fervors active, she is immune to poison, she is immune to incinerate, and she is immune to shock. She does not take damage from any of those 3. I think that's the right ones, isn't it? Let me just check before I say that any quicker. Where is it? I just want to make sure that I am 100% correct. She's also immune to Falter, which is a very good bit of utility to keep in mind. Where are the immunities? She reduces them by 10% per fervor. But I can't seem to find... I'm pretty certain it's Poison, Shock, and Incinerate. But I might be wrong. I can't seem to find it. Maybe I'm just blind here. Oh, it's in a SIG ability. Sorry, it's in a SIG ability. Yeah, she reduces the duration of Shock, Incinerate, and Poison debuffs by 10%. So if you want her to be immune to those things, she does need to have the dupe and high SIG. Not massively high SIG, but the SIG helps to get it quicker. But yeah, she's immune to Falter. She's immune to Poison, Incinerate, and Shock as long as you keep her fervors high. So that's 4 immunities technically. She can basically destroy any power gain champion in the game easily. And her damage is fantastic. I love her combo. Like her, using the blades to extend the combo. You can do like light, medium, light, medium into 1 second. Sorry, my partner needed to ask me a question. So, yeah, you can do light, medium, light, medium into the blades, into medium, medium, into medium, light, medium, into relic, into medium. Well, actually, you could relic into light, backdash, into medium, light, medium, into a special. And by that time, if you've already got your fervors maxed out, you've just got on about 25 ruptures. If you then use that into a special too, the damage is ridiculous. And you can literally keep an opponent locked for about 20 seconds with that combo. And they just die. It's genuinely insane. But yeah, Spiral is incredibly fun to play. Has a mass amount of utility. And that is why she is on here as my number 3. My number 2 should be obvious. It's Tigra. So Tigra is my second favorite champion in the game. She was my favorite champion in the game for a very long time. She's just incredibly fun to use. She can basically miss and evade any kind of projectile special in the game. She requires a very high skill cap. You need to know what you're doing with Tigra to use her effectively. If you do not know what you're doing with Tigra, I have a very, very in-depth video on my YouTube channel, which I'm going to do a little bit of quick self-promotion here. I highly recommend you check out that video on my YouTube. It's about an hour long, but I show you how to punish every single special attack and heavy attack with Tigra. Highly recommend checking it out. It's hopefully a very, very good piece of media that you can use to learn Tigra. And this champion is absolutely worth using because she is the fastest Mystic attacker in the game, without a doubt. If she has a matchup that she can take, she is the fastest champion to take it down. Like, this champion can even nuke. If you get lucky and manage to bypass the 25% chance, Tigra can take down a Serpent of equal ranks in like 30 seconds, sometimes even less. It is insane. As long as you can get that 25% luck of taking it down and bypassing the death immunity. And she's very good for Dark Phoenix. She does take a bit of damage against Dark Phoenix. It's about 20% of your health if you play her right. But she can still do the fight in about 40 seconds. She can even take Captain Britain. Again, loses a little bit of health, but she can nuke it down. It's just, if there's a champion that's not immune to Rupture, and you can punish their special or heavy attack with her, she's just insanely fast. It's kind of ridiculous. So honorable mentions for the Mystic champions in terms of my favorites and how fun they are to play. First one is Shathra, another champion who I haven't yet taken to rank 4, but is definitely on the list to take to rank 4 eventually. Yeah, Shathra is very fun. Very good to use. The atrophy she gets of her special 1 helps with insane buff control. Her damage is ridiculously good as well. Not quite as high as Tigra's, but she's still insanely quick. She is probably better for Dark Phoenix than Tigra is. But she doesn't take as well in terms of like Serpent and that, because she doesn't really have a way to offset block damage like what Spiral and some other champions do. But she still is insanely quick, and her matchup spread is also very good. She's actually very good for Yelena Belova, because Yelena can't reduce the damage from her wasps. There's a lot of fights that Shathra you wouldn't think she can take, but she can. So I would like to take her to rank 4 eventually, and probably start using her in certain decks, because she is a very, very good attacker. Definitely less used than she used to be, but she's still an honorable mention on this list. Another honorable mention, obviously, Nico Minoru. Nico is ridiculous. It's just, if you come across a Cosmic Champion, you just win. Her buff immunity is broken. She has great animations. She's fun against any Cosmic Champion. She's also a great defender. I can't say it's undeniable, sorry. It's just completely undeniable that she is the best Mystic champion in the game. It's just completely undeniable at this point. If you don't believe that, then, I mean, more power to you. But the general consensus of her being the best in the game, I completely agree with it. She is just an absolutely ridiculously broken, phenomenal champion. That if you don't have Nico ranked up, you need to get her and you need to rank her up, because she's effectively a necessity by this point. But she is only an honorable mention on this list because I don't find her as fun to play as the others. And the last one on the honorable mentions list is Mordo. So Mordo is a very weird playstyle. You need to charge heavy to build power, and then use that power to special intercept them, and then use the incredibly enhanced combo damage after the Furies to nuke down opponents. He does have a really good piece of utility against Serpent, where he will basically remove Serpent's true focus ability when you block an attack, which then allows him to deck Serpent specials, and it also gives him a ton of power, which he can then use to use special 2s, which starts the Soul Barb, which then kind of nukes down Serpent pretty quickly. And then you can just use like a special 3 at the end to heal back a lot of the damage that Serpent did. So Mordo is very fun to play, but very difficult to use. But I definitely feel like he was worth an honorable mention on this list. Number 1, like, do I even need to put this down? Like, come on. I don't think I need to explain this. It's Sorceress Supreme. She's my favorite champion in the game. Just pure and simple. Incredible damage, incredible utility, incredible versatility. You know, she can take Onslaught, she can take Serpent, she can take Deathless Thanos, she can take Dark Phoenix with pretty much full health. It's a little bit slow, but she can do it with the special 3s. She can take Maestro. She can take Bullseye. She can take pretty much most of the meta defenders that I've come across in the game. There are a few that she can't. She does struggle against anybody that is armor break immune, that much I will fully admit. She can be used like Kushala in that she has a high perfect block chance, and when she has her Rune of Ragador active, she heals back pretty much all of the blocked hit damage. But the blocked hit damage, all of these stack with her runes, so these runic spells. So every runic spell will do an armor break that heals, you know, that does 2,700 armor break. You can stack these unlimited. So by the time you have like 4 of these armor breaks, you are reducing their armor rating by 10,000. The damage after that is ridiculous. I have gotten 600k special 3s from this character in War because of this insane ability. The Rune of Ragador stacks, so she starts off by regenerating about 2,000 health, but then with more stacks it goes up to 4,000, then 6,000 health. And she can regenerate 75% of the damage of blocks, and then 150% of block damage. And she heals back all the block damage she takes. And then she also has a slow debuff, which completely negates evade and unstoppable. She's just got it all, man. And then attack rating can be increased by up to 27,000 further based on the stored runes, meaning a special 3 just does insane damage. I genuinely cannot say enough why I love this champion, but yeah. So there you go. For those of you that were keeping track, that is my list of each class of favorite champions in the game. I'll screenshot them later when I look through this stream for anybody who's interested. I can repost them for those that want to see it. But yeah, those are my favorite champions of each class. Now, there are a few champions that people said that I wanted to do some gameplay for, so I will do that in a second. I do have to throw an ad break up, unfortunately, for a minute, because otherwise the pre-roll ads are going to come on. So I'm going to run a quick 2-minute ad for those on Twitch while I go and get a drink, so I'm going to go on and be right back. Those on YouTube, I will also be back in about 2 minutes, so just bear with me, and I will see you in a second, and I'm going to show you a few of those champions that were requested. So, see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have returned from the ad break, and I have gotten myself a drink. So, there were a couple of champions that people wanted to see a little bit of gameplay of. So, the first one we could do is Mantis. So we could go into Winter Soldier. Yeah, we could just go into Winter Soldier so I can show you how I personally use them. And if there's any other champion that I've got that you might want to be interested in seeing a bit of gameplay of, we can do that too. I don't know what that does. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, so we'll go here against Winter Soldier. So with Mantis, there's different ways to use her, but I tend to get the Intimidate on at the start. Or sorry, Infuriate on at the start. Don't get hit in the face. Well, this is already a bad example, but it's fine. Basically, you put the Infuriate on, and then put the Intimidate on, and then you can just hit into their block to build charges. Then when you're at 20, you want to get your Relic, launch a heavy, then cancel it into the Relic, launch another heavy, and then cancel that into the special 2. And even though I messed that up at the start, that was still pretty good. But you can do some crazy things with Mantis just by using that little Relic trick. So you build up the 10 Furies, cancel it into the Relic, and then you have enough time to use the first hit of the heavy attack again, the Cruelty, and then use a special 2. And that's pretty much how I generally use Mantis. Obviously, if you're against like a Photon or something in Battlegrounds, you ideally need to slow the combo a bit. I'm going to see if I can do another go and do a little bit better this time. I will say, though, her light attack is very short. So you do have to be aware of that. Okay, so now I can put the Intimidate on. And then hopefully he'll throw a special. Or not, which is fine. So we're already at 20 charges. There was the small light attack getting in the way there. But then, yeah. Do this. Throw a heavy, into Relic, into heavy, into special. And the damage is pretty crazy. Like I said, unfortunately my Mantis is only rank 3, otherwise the damage would be better. She does take a bit of getting used to. It's a bit easier to do in something like Battlegrounds because you get your Relic a lot sooner, so you can do it a lot quicker. But yeah, that's a little tip that a lot of people don't use with Mantis that is really, really good. I could just go on to the next fight here to do it without... But yeah, I effectively light attack at the start, get the Infuriate, and then you can just kind of light medium. Then get on the last light attack to put on the Intimidate. Hit him a few times into block. And then you basically just build to special 2, and most fights by that point will be pretty much over. Okay, so I'm just gonna bait out the special 2 into heavy. Yeah, so there you go. A lot better. But a cool little thing to do. If you get really lucky on the crits, I'm still trying to work out, honestly, whether the Karnak relic is better for her or whether if I go to my relics here. So the one she's got on her at the moment is, where is it? I think it's a 6-star Karnak relic, yeah. So this is the one I've got on her at the moment, which is crit damage and crit rate. I would probably, if I pull it, I would put on that relic as a Karnak relic as a 7-star, but I haven't pulled that one yet, unfortunately. But when I get that 7-star Karnak relic, I think that would be a lot better. I don't know whether the 7-star Karnak relic would be better than a 5-star Black Panther relic. I'd probably have to test that out, because the Black Panther relic would probably do a little bit more damage on the special 2, but she'd get more damage from the other hits, so I assume the Karnak relic would be better. But I definitely do think that Mantis is worth ranking up and looking into, because she is a very good champion and she's a very, very fast attacker. She genuinely does kind of need to be at equal ranks, because she can punch up, I'd say, against science champions, but she definitely struggles to punch up against anybody who's not got class advantage. Because, wow, I tried the matchup a while back against an Onslaught, and I used Mantis against Onslaught, and I did that combo that you just saw with the charge the heavy at 20, use the relic, charge the heavy again, hit the heavy into special 2, and Onslaught survived by, it was literally about 3% HP. So a rank 4 would have nuked the Onslaught, but a rank 3 against a rank 4, it doesn't quite kill. So she does ideally need to be ranked up in order to do it. I'm going to accept this friend request, because that was Kel's. Let me just see. I might have to make some space in my friends list soon, to be honest. I'm not going to do it right now, but I probably need to go through these and see who I still play with and who I don't, because I'm running out of space to actually take requests right now. You've got a rank 2, never figured out how to use her. I mean, that's pretty much the best way, in my opinion, to use her, is to do the rotation that I just did. I'm not going to quote that I obviously found that rotation. That's not true. I've seen it used quite often by a lot of high BG players, especially Barrowman. He used Mantis quite a lot in BGs before he quit, and that was the rotation he used. It's quite difficult to do. It takes a bit of practice, especially with Mantis's light attack being so short. That's why I prefer to do like light medium and then backdash to do the intercept, because I found if I do light, I found that it pushes them back, or sorry, doesn't push them back far enough, and then the light attack then doesn't reach, so she can miss. But I'll just do a quick fight here as well with Gentle, because I think somebody said that they wanted to see how I use Gentle, which Gentle is much easier to use. You just basically special 1, special 2, use the first special 1 when you're unstoppable. That gives you another 5. And then you basically just build to special 2 and launch it. And he's gonna die. Pretty much should die. I got very unlucky with the crit RNG there. So, Gentle Special 2 normally has a huge crit rate increase. That was actually some really bad luck there on that Special 2. That would normally hit 3 to 4 of the hits. But that was an unfortunate showing there where it didn't crit. where is Gentle? He should be right near the top. Yeah, because if I go into Gentle Special 2, he gets, yeah, 5,450 crit rating extra on the Special 2. So, generally it crits every time, or at least 3 of the hits. I just got extremely unlucky there that only 2 of them crit. But most of the fights that Gentle does, especially against skill champions, are generally only about 35 seconds. He's pretty quick. He's the best bullseye counter in the game, which was the original reason why I ranked up Gentle, and then I started to use him more often. But he's also an extremely tanky defender, mainly because of his reinforced passives. Because he's immune to bleed, but the main thing is the reinforce, where I can't remember. Yeah, when he's struck by a critical hit through block, struck by a guaranteed critical hit, or struck by 2 critical hits within 2 seconds, he then basically can't be crit for 20 seconds, which is a long time. If you don't have damage over time, it is really difficult to take down Gentle quickly. Yeah, I do have a rank 5 Sasquatch. Oh, that's a good point. We can show off the damage of the rank 5 Sasquatch as well. I might have to go into the Crucible for that, because I don't know if I'll be able to do my full rotation here before she dies, but we'll try. So we're going to build up some charges first. Now I can start building up the ruptures. Come on, girl. Okay, so now we're in Wrath. Okay, one more. Yeah, she's dead. Yeah. It's crazy. Let me just move the chat for a sec. That was 31 seconds. And that was a 384k crit. So yeah, he's insane. He's just so much fun. Like, my goodness, what he's just so much fun. And obviously I've got a crit stat focus on him and a crit relic on him, and he just absolutely slaps. Like, his damage is just absolutely ridiculous. If any of the hits of his special 2 crit, they're just dead. And that was only with, how many, I didn't even see how many ruptures were on before I threw that. I think it was 11. Give or take. I think it was 11, and that was about a 380k crit with 11 ruptures. I don't even want to imagine how big that crit would be at 99 ruptures. If I was part of the CCP, I would love to test that out, but unfortunately I am not yet. But hopefully one day soon I will be able to do that. He can do Serpent. I'm not sure about Dark Phoenix. I haven't tested Dark Phoenix very much. But he can do Serpent pretty well. He's also very good for Maestro, because he can use the heavy attacks to stagger the buffs that Maestro gets. Let me just go to this Red Goblin here. I want to see if I can build up a couple more ruptures so I can just show off that damage a little bit more. I'm glad you might like him as well, Mike. No, I don't think he's a good attacker this season because he loses the ruptures when the ebb and flow goes away. But he's an insane defender for this matter. Like, I don't want to say he's completely unkillable, because that is not true. But he's pretty damn spicy. Oh, oops. That was not what I wanted to do. Right, now we'll try and start building up some ruptures here. See if I can use a special 3. So what I'm going to do is... Right, there's the Wrath. So now we can start building the Ruptures. And right before Wrath expires, we're going to use another Special 3, which should refresh it. If it doesn't, I might be wrong. Yeah. So now we just build a Special 2. And I just gotta hope that one of these crit. Okay, never mind. I was too slow. I mean, even then, that was 200k. I should have used some Special 1s, actually. I want to see if I can build up a few more Ruptures. I probably should have used Special 1, actually, after that Special 3, not Special 2. Let me try that again. See if we can get to at least like 15 or 20 Ruptures before we launch that Special 2 and hopefully get a crit. Yo, thank you, Coop. Might just be easier just to keep throwing Special 1s, actually, to start with. At least until I've built up a few. Refresh the 2. Hopefully I can get to the Special 2 before it expires. Yeah. That was 2 370k crits. Yeah, he's so much fun to use. That was 800 and... what was that? 870k health in less than a minute. So, yeah, Sasquatch is a pretty big, beefy attacker even now. Don't know if there's any other champions you would like to see. Obviously, I've shown plenty of Sorcerer over my time. Oh yeah, I could quickly show Pixie, because there's probably a few people in chat right now that haven't actually seen Pixie in action and why I'm not her biggest fan. I definitely regret, even though I was extremely lucky to pull her from only like 10 crystals, I definitely regret pulling her. Well, not pulling her, but I definitely regret ranking her up. Like, she's just not great. She looked fun, but she's not great. If we just jump back into here, I will show you. How you doing, Raina? Right, I will show you Pixie, so you can see why she's not ideal. Okay, there you go. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Let me just hide the chat again. So that was about 50 seconds. But in my opinion, for a rank 4 Ascended, that's not, especially with class advantage as well, it's not ideal. like, she has good damage. She has good utility. But she's just very average overall. That being said, she is pretty good for Yelena Belova, but honestly, Yelena and Bullseye seem to be the main champions she was made for. But I definitely don't think that she's gonna be very widely used. But that's just me. I'm just gonna quickly remind and show a few people that we do have some new emotes in the Twitch chat right now. More are going to be uploaded over the coming days. Some are just currently awaiting approval, but hopefully that will be done and ready by next week's stream. But we'll see. I could just quickly show Sorcerer. Admittedly, I've got the Storm synergy at the moment, so this is going to be a little bit quicker. But play this out. Second armor break on. She's more designed for longer content, to be honest. Can we get a crit on the end? Okay, yeah, there we go. 220k crit, but that was only 35 seconds, which I was very unlucky with the crit RNG during that fight, but that's still fine. No, I don't stream every day, unfortunately. I have a very demanding full-time job, so I generally only stream at weekends. However, I am currently working on trying to change my stream schedule to maybe include some midweek streams, but they would have to be quite early in the morning in my local time, and I live in the United Kingdom. I live in the UK, so my early streaming would be like 6, 7 in the morning for United States players. It'd be about 10, 11 in the morning starting for UK. It'd be quite good for the Indian audience though, because I'd be starting at about half 4, 5 in the afternoon for them. I generally stream most Friday evenings apart from once a month, and I stream some Sundays when I can fit it in. But I'm currently working on trying to improve that schedule. You live in the UK as well? Okay, well, you might be able to make the morning streams then, when I do them. But obviously I understand that most American players will probably be asleep when I start streaming. Because if I was to stream in the morning, my time, it would be from about 10 in the morning until about 1 in the afternoon, my time, because I start work at 2 in the afternoon. So I would have to stream, yeah, from like 10 till 1 my time, which is about 5 in the morning till 8 in the morning for most US audiences. So it would probably be a bit early for them, but they'd be able to catch up on the stream on the VOD if they wanted to, or on YouTube. Probably not if you got, yeah, that's fair enough. Also, hey Beatdown, hope you're doing okay. Good to see you. I appreciate you, Raina. I'm glad that I've made another friend in the stream. If anybody watching right now would like to join the Discord, that Discord link might work, it might not. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to say right now, it's actually in the pinned comment. If that Discord link doesn't work, use the one in the pinned comment. Not the one that I've just sent. That one doesn't actually work. You got suspended from the game, Cookie? What did you do? Wait, did we win the war? I'm assuming we did. I unfortunately died in today's war because I'm an idiot. I did unfortunately die to node 21 Hulkling here because I'm a moron and completely forgot about the... Where is it? The cowardice passives that you get. So I should have used Tigra for this fight, but I decided to use Sorcerer for some unknown reason, and Sorcerer being with all her damage basically being on special attacks, I had the 2 cowardices on and I just wasn't doing a lot of damage, and I unfortunately got caught out by the Enroaching Stun and just got absolutely obliterated, so that was my fault. I should have Tigrid that fight, but lesson learned. But overall, I think we still won the war. We finished 17-7. So hippos are still doing hippo things. Put the chat bot back up now. Hey, Koala, are the emotes working now? That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, they've all been approved. That's awesome. I'm happy with that. That's great. That's really cool. Well, there you go now, chat. You can now use the new emotes to your heart's content. We have Magic wearing sticks. We have a very excited Magic. We have Lumatrix trying to wave with all 4 hands at the same time. You join the Discord. I appreciate it, Raina. Welcome to the Discord. It is lovely to have another person in there. Right, so I think we'll do 1 or 2 quick Battlegrounds matches. You're not missing the Gentle Colosseum. You'll be able to play on Tuesday. That's good. So you got suspended for inappropriate behavior. Were you being a bad... I don't want to assume your gender here. Are you being a bad person in the chat? Were you being a bad person in global? Is that why you got banned? Right, I'm going to do a couple of unranked matches because the rotation would have come back. So I can now get the daily milestones for it. And then I'm probably going to find some lovely streamer to raid out to because I would like to support our other Marvel Contest of Champions streamers whenever I can.
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow, Andro Synth. Welcome to the Scorpy Club. It is great to have you here. Okay, so we have a rank 5 Maestro here. I'm going to ban that Pav. I've learned very recently that Pav, because I don't have him myself, is honestly worth banning. I'm going to ban Captain Britain. And then we're going to ban... I might ban the Hulkling, actually, just in case he bans a lot of my Mystics. Okay, he bans Sasquatch and Rhino. I expected the Deathless Thanos one. We're going to take Spiral first, because I want to cover myself against the Cosmics. You're really good at fighting Gentle, so it'll be easy. Oh, that's good then. You can't say? Oh, that's understandable. You could always tell me online if you want, or if you're not already in the Discord, you can join via the link in the pinned comment above, or below, depending on what device you're watching on. Let's see. We will take Guardian for the Sinister, and we'll take Nick for defense. I don't want to take Dark Phoenix yet, just in case he gets Nico or one of the other Mystics that take her down very easily. We could raid Anian after this stream, actually. We'll see. Okay, I will take Dark Phoenix now. I think I'll take Penny as well. Dash in, dash back.
Thank you.
Simple, special 1 bait. Yeah. You don't... Baiting special 2s is fine, depending on who you're using. If you're using a champion that has energy damage, you're fine to bait special 2. But if they use physical damage or physical hits, then yeah, you don't want to bait special 2. Otherwise, you're just not going to do any damage whatsoever. I might take Onslaught here as a defender, because we don't have a lot of good defenders this time. Okay, nice. He didn't get his Jack. That is really handy. Thank you for the follow, Kals. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Scorpy Club. Welcome to the channel. Okay, let's see. We will use... He doesn't have a great counter to... Let's do Nick. Kindred. I could use Sorcerer here, or I could use Spiral. Okay, I kind of want to save Spiral for Maestro, because I want to show off that matchup. So let's use Sorcerer here. As long as I don't play this like a dweeb, we should be good. Wait, did my pre-fight not activate? There we go. Need to start in that one. So, 2 light attacks. Heavy. And then we can power steal. Wait for that to come back. Right, now we can use this. Knock him down. Ow, crap. Okay, that didn't go to plan.
Thank you.
Thank you for following Mike1Gamer. Welcome to the channel. Okay, I'm just gonna knock him down here to get away from D-Gen. I thought I'd mistime that for a second then. Oh, I shouldn't have used that yet. Okay, thankfully, that was the one time I didn't want that crit. Okay, that didn't go as well as I was hoping, but it's fine, we'll still win. She's a lot slower this meta because of the ebb and flow, gets rid of her armor breaks, so she can't ramp up as quickly as she normally does. While we're playing this, I am just going to see what Marvel champions are live right now so that we can raid a good target. Could maybe... I might go into Kiryu after this. Okay, now we've got the Maestro. So I really want to show off this matchup. So hopefully I do it right. We're going to place Onslaught here. Yeah, I agree. The HP not mattering is really stupid. I don't like it either. So I don't know how well this is going to work this meta specifically because of the fact of the ebb and flow might screw me. But I do want to show that Spiral at least would usually work for Maestro. Because even with the glancing up, it doesn't affect her ruptures whatsoever. Crap. That wasn't what I wanted to do. This isn't working as well as I hoped because the node unfortunately doesn't make it as nice as it should be. It gets rid of all of the ruptures. I did in fact make a mistake with this. I thought the damage would be fine. I will admit, I was wrong. She normally works, she doesn't work this meta. Oh, he was actually stun immune then, but oh well. I was really hoping... Okay, that was a bit ridiculous. How many blocked hits did you just resist then? Okay, doesn't matter. Oh, we still won. Whoopsie! Someone doesn't know how to play Silk, but that's okay. Okay. Either way. I think it's just the one daily I need to do today. Yeah, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today's stream. I am going to raid out to the Kiryu, because I haven't raided him yet. So, I want to actually go in, give him a follow, say hello. So, please do follow in and raid Kiryu. If for some reason you are not currently following him, please do drop him a follow. Say hello. I would very much appreciate it. I am also going to drop a Scorpy raid message that I would love it if you guys could copy and paste it and post it into his chat. Just gonna check that mine works. Cool. So I'm gonna copy this in, copy the Scorpy raid. We're going to raid over to the Kiryu, KT1. So please do join along with me. Drop him a follow if you're not already, and I will hopefully see you... Is it a sub-only raid message? Why is that the case? Oh, because animated emotes. Thank you. Let's change that. Yeah, I gotta remember that with these emotes. Well remembered. There we go. Copy and paste this one. Right, we're going to raid into the Kiryu. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in a stream in the near future. Goodbye for now, ladies and gentlemen.